I made plans to meet up with a guy that I became friends with online, but it turns out that it wasn't a guy at all. It turned out to be the very strict and tough class president of my school. She was rumored to be really despising men, but for some reason she really liked me. She even invited me out to play games with her another day. Afterwards, we were both playing games together when she fell off balance and kept on pushing me over. I ended up going to meet up with a guy that I met online, but then it turned out to be the class president that was strict and rumored to despise men. She only liked me for some reason and kept on coming on to me. I was a junior in high school at the time, and I'd gotten really sucked into a popular MMO at the time. I had met some of my friends that I met through that game a few times in person. One day I was asked to take the lead in organizing an in-person event, so I was busy deciding where to hold the event and see who was able to attend. I was glued to my phone at the time, even at school. I was looking at my phone in class when the class president, who was kinda tough and rumored to dislike men, started talking to me. Her name was Nao.
Ichi-kun, you need to lay off the phone for a little bit. Seriously, you're on that thing all the time.
Huh? Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna be holding an in-person event with some of my gaming friends, and I was chosen to be the MC, so,
You do realize that we're at school right now, right? If I catch you doing this again, I'm going to get the teacher and tell him to warn you.
Okay, I won't mess with my phone at school anymore.
Yeah, just be careful and pay attention in class, okay?
She was beautiful and had excellent grades, but I hadn't really spoken to her very much at all. I stopped taking my phone out in class and I started to pay attention in class because I didn't want to have Nao show up and chew me out again. A little time passed and it was the day of the meetup. This time around, we had some new members joining us. I was waiting at the entrance to a restaurant, waiting for others to show up. And a beautiful girl came up to me for some reason. She's so cute. I wish I could go out with a cute girl like her.
There you are, Ichi-kun. The organizer for today's event, right? I'm Nao. It's my first time coming to this kind of thing.
Huh? Nao?
I'm so glad I managed to find you. It's my first time ever going to these in-person events, so I was really nervous, you know? I hope you can show me the ropes today.
Huh? Wait, hang on. You are the class president now, right?
Yeah, that's me. I hope you'd be friendly with me outside of school, too.
I totally thought that she was a he. I thought that Nao, the first-timer, was a man. But it turned out to be a girl. I was completely caught off guard. After calming down and getting a better look at her, I realized that, it was the tough class president. Well, how about we go inside, huh? Everyone's waiting for us, so...
Yeah, this is my first time coming to one of these things, so would it be alright if I stay by your side the whole time?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Nao asked me, and after answering her, she quickly grabbed my arm and got close to me. She is way too different in person than in school. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. Everyone else had already taken a seat, so I showed her to the closest seat to me and I sat right next to her. I'm the host for today's event, Ichi. Welcome back, everyone. This is a new face for today's event, Nao.
Nice to meet you all. My name is Nao.
Huh? The newbie's a girl? Well, you were so manly in the game that I didn't expect you to be a girl.
Right? I thought so too.
Oh, really?
That character is totally...
We all had our introduction and started to order some food. We were all starting to talk about our characters and raid tactics, but I noticed that Nao wasn't able to really hit it off with anyone in the group. She was quietly sitting in her seat, listening to everyone else talk. Nao, how are you holding up?
A little nervous. Thanks for asking.
You know, I feel like Nao's fighting style really matches her character, so it's totally badass.
That character is pretty tricky to play, so I think that it is really impressive how well you control him. How do you do it?
I play that character fairly aggressively with a focus and attack power, and not really adding anything else.
I see. What about your other characters? What kind of stats do you go for?
Well, with this character.
She started talking to the other members and they started talking to her. They were able to break the ice, talking about how she played a pretty tough character. The party was a huge success, and before we all knew it, it was time to leave. I was getting ready to go home too when Nao called me out and stopped me.
Thank you for today. I was so nervous. But you helped me out because you knew that, right?
I mean, I just wanted to have fun with these in-person events as much as everyone else, you know?
You're so kind and dependable. I'm really glad that you were here for me today, Ichi-kun.
Really?
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you at more of these things. I was able to say thank you, so let's get going, huh?
I'd never seen Nao head-on this close like this, and so I was kinda zoned out thinking about how beautiful she was. Then she suddenly started laughing. She's so cute. My heart is pounding out of my chest. I don't think that I can stop myself from falling for her. The next day I went to school and Nao came up to me.
Good morning, Ichi-kun. Thank you for yesterday.
Oh, no. Thank you for coming by and saying hey to everyone.
But I was kind of surprised that everyone thought I was a man. I wasn't trying to hide it or anything.
I mean, the way that you talked in chat and the way that you fought very manly, that's probably why everyone thought that you were a man.
I get really nervous around people, so there are a lot of times that I can't really talk well, you know. But you were there, and you really helped me out, so I was able to enjoy myself.
I heard rumors that you didn't like men, but I guess that wasn't it, huh? You're just a shy person.
I mean, I'm not very good at talking to men usually, but...
Then you must have been pretty darn scared at the in-person event, weren't you?
Oh, well, I heard that you were going to be the MC for the event this time around, so...
Huh? Wait, you knew who I was in the game?
I heard you talking before in voice comms in games, so I kind of connected the dots.
I see. There aren't many high schoolers on our team, so I'm really glad to know that there's someone like me. Oh, would you be alright if I just called you Nao in person?
Yeah, that's okay. I'll call you Ichi from now on then too, okay?
Of course. Oh, would you be alright if I invited you out to another in-person event again?
Yeah, if you're going to be with me, then I'd be more than happy to go.
Okay, sure. I'll definitely let you know when we have our next in-person event, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my seat soon. It's almost class time.
She walked back to her seat after that short little conversation. We have plans to see each other again, huh? I'm so happy. I started talking to Nao more often on weekends and at school than I did before. She was apparently a sort of a perfectionist. She was the kind to do her research beforehand, even when it comes to games. So she was very knowledgeable and we never even ran out of subjects to talk about. On the way home from one of our offline events, I was walking back to the station with Nao. You're really the type to just do your research beforehand, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I think that games and studying are all one and the same, you know? I try to figure out how to beat something. And I love that sense of achievement when I manage to actually beat something that I'm facing.
I see. Then I guess that I should study like I'm gaming and then maybe I'll be able to get better grades, huh?
Yeah, they'll definitely improve. Oh, I have an idea. How about we study together, huh?
But I feel like I'm just gonna get in your way if I'm with you.
That's not true at all. It'll be a good practice for me, and I just want to be with you more, Ichi. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, that's totally fine. Okay, well then, I guess let's start studying together from now on then, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Nao grabbed my hand after saying that. My hand? She's so cute, but why is she holding my hand of all the people that she could be holding hands with? After that day, in addition to our regular classes and chats and events, we ended up starting studying after class too. Nao's studying methods were definitely game-like, and it actually let me learn a lot better than I would thought was possible. I actually enjoyed studying, which was rare for me. Nao was pretty close to me for some reason, and every time we studied, she would get real close to me. And I was always nervous that we might accidentally touch. But she would say things that seemed very sweet more often recently.
This is how you solve this problem.
Oh, that makes sense.
How did you do that on that test from before?
Thanks to you now, my test scores were definitely higher. Thank you so much for all your help.
Don't mention it. I'm happy that I'm able to be with you too, Ichi. So it's a win-win for us.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. Oh, I was wondering, would you like to go on a date with me sometime?
A date?
Yeah, let's go play games somewhere at an internet cafe or something.
Oh, okay. Of course, let's go. I guess that's a date? I'm so excited. I slowly started to fall for Nao and how proactive she was when we were talking. The day of the date, we had gone to an internet cafe so that we could really game seriously.
Hey, Ichi, this is a good room, right?
Yeah, I think this one's fun.
I brought my own controller to play this time.
Hey, me too. We normally talk and chat without any voice comms. It was a very refreshing feel to be able to chat in person while gaming with someone in my party. I was sweating with how passionately I was gaming.
It's so hot. How about we take a little break, huh?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Man, I was really into that gaming session.
Do you want something to drink?
No, sure, let's do that then.
Oh, I'll run to the soda machines real quick.
No, I'll go get it.
Ah!
Sorry. Now and I tried to get drinks at the same time, but we ended up running into each other in the small booth, and Now fell on top of me like she was riding me. Are you okay?
Ichi!
No. I felt soft lips on my lips and I froze in place without knowing what to do. Then she got off me and quickly went to get our drinks. What the hell was that? Now came back and she never said a single thing about the fact that we just kissed, but we got right back into gaming. After that, maybe it's just because I was so nervous, but I wasn't really able to focus on the game, and I played pretty sloppily for the remainder of the session. Sorry, I know that we came all the way out here and played the games together, but I really couldn't focus.
It's totally fine, alright? Let's get going then, shall we?
Yeah, let's go. We were on our way to the train station when...
Hey, Ichi? Hang on a second.
I heard Nao's voice from behind me, so I quickly stopped in my tracks. I was nervous, so apparently I was walking faster than normal. Nao was a few strides behind me. She kinda seemed upset, so she just came up to me and grabbed my hand, pushing onto me. Huh? What's going on?
You walk too fast, Ichi. Is it alright if I hold your hand? Or did you not want to hold my hand?
No, it's totally fine. I was really worried that my hands were probably really sweaty, but I held her hand. It wasn't the first time holding hands, but I was so nervous that I started to walk a little awkwardly. Eventually, Nao peeked into my face.
I had a lot of fun on our date. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did.
Are you shy or something, Ichi?
I mean, come on, you did that to me. Can you really blame me? Are you not shy or embarrassed at all?
I am more happy than I am embarrassed, to be honest with you.
I'm shy too, but I'm happy.
Great. Would you be willing to go out on dates like this from now on too?
Yeah, of course I'd be willing to. She closed up onto me and looked at me with puppy dog eyes. I couldn't stop my heart from pounding, and I realized at that moment that I was madly into Nao and I couldn't stop myself anymore. If she's asking me to go on another date, then that must mean that she likes me too, right? I figured that I would tell her how I felt about her someday. I sent her off to her house and said goodbye for the day. The day after our date, I went to school and noticed that Nao was talking to the vice principal about something. They both had a serious look on their face, so I was a little curious and worried about what was going on. But she came back right before classes started, so I wasn't able to ask her what happened until we were on break. I wasn't able to focus for the whole class period, and at the end, Nao came up to my desk. Nao, what happened? Why was the vice principal talking to you before the class started?
Well, my test scores had fallen this time around, so the vice principal was kind of upset with me about that.
I see.
If my scores drop any lower than they are now, then I'm going to have to change classes to the AP course to make sure I stay on course.
Oh, yeah, I was actually wondering about that too. Your grades are normally incredible, so why aren't you already in an AP class?
Well, if I go to AP, then I have to study more, so I don't have as much time to game. The only reason that I'm able to stay here is because my grades are above a certain line.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that at all.
I'm sorry for not telling you sooner.
Were your test scores really that bad this time?
Yeah, I'm now third in class.
You dropped and you're still in 3rd place? Jeez, where were you normally?
Oh, normally I was in 1st place.
That's amazing. From what Nell said, it's not like her scores actually dropped dramatically. But she did drop in rankings, so she had to change classes as per their deal. Nell looked like she was about to burst out into tears at any moment.
I have to study more from now on, so I don't think I'll be able to talk to you as much as I do now, Ichi.
Okay.
I think I'm also going to be gaming a lot less, too.
I see, right. I didn't know how to talk to her or make her cheer up. I was just standing there confused. Now I just took out her textbook and started studying, so I had to go back to my seat. Now continued studying during her break, and she started walking home right after, too. I wanted to talk to her, so I went up to her before she left. But now I didn't even bother looking back at me. She just swiftly walked away. Does she not like me anymore? I knew that she had to study more, so she would be less likely to hang out with me and talk to me. But I didn't think that she was too busy to not even be able to talk for 5 minutes. I didn't understand why she was completely avoiding me. But I still wanted to talk to her. So I decided that I would have to try and talk to her at her house. She was shocked at my sudden arrival, but she quickly let me into her room without much hesitation.
What's going on?
I just wanted you to let me talk to you for just a little bit. I talked to the vice principal.
What did you talk about with the vice principal?
He told me that your grades dropped because you were around me too much, right?
Well?
It was my fault that you were suddenly acting really cold.
No! I just said that I wouldn't talk to you until I returned to my top position because I was stubborn. I'm sorry for not just telling you afterwards.
I see. I really thought that you didn't like me anymore.
Why do you think that I would dislike you? I've been working hard because I want to be in the same class as you, Ichi.
Huh?
You helped me out when we had just started out, and I didn't know where to go. You showed me where our class was.
Wait, that lost girl was you?
Yeah, so maybe it's not as much to you, but after that, I couldn't stop thinking about you the whole time. Before I knew it, I was just watching where you were going the whole time, and then I had just fallen for you.
No.
Then I heard that you played a lot of MMO, so I decided to try to find a team to play with.
Huh? Really? Are you serious?
Yes, I'm totally serious. At first, I just wanted to play games as a hobby, so I joined the regular class. But halfway through, it was just because I wanted to get closer to you.
I see.
I was okay with just playing games with you at first. But then I went to the in-person meeting because I wanted to talk to you more too.
I didn't know that.
But if my scores drop, I would switch classes. That was the deal. So I'm going to be studying until I graduate. I know it wasn't for long, but thank you for hanging out with me.
She had teary eyes, but she looked at me and gave me a big smile. I could feel something sting in my chest. I'm gonna work hard and study from now on. I'm gonna be good enough to where no one can say your scores dropped because of me.
Ichi,
I'll do anything for you now, so please. I want you to keep on studying and working hard the way you do now, always.
okay. And until I get back to top spot in the next exam, I'm going to try to not talk to you in school. But just know that it's not that I don't like you.
Okay, let's both work hard then, huh?
Yeah, thank you.
I said she didn't have to send me off before I left her house. I went straight to the bookstore and bought a bunch of textbooks before heading back and burying my face in the books. We didn't talk at all at school, but we still texted and would even take quick breaks in game. Sometimes we'd talk on video calls and even study together on phone calls. We both studied hard. Maybe that kind of effort was what we needed because my test scores this time felt a lot better than before. I was able to get some very satisfying results. Now's effort also paid off because she was able to get back into the top spot in the class as well. Even I was able to move into the AP classes because of how high my grades were.
I was so relieved because I got top spot, but my scores were also much better. Your scores looked great too, Ichi.
Yeah, my scores went up a lot higher, so the vice principal told me that if I'm someone who's worthy of you and won't drag you down, then he'd be willing to support us.
Well, now we have the school on our side, huh? I guess all that hard work and effort paid off.
Yeah, he must have been really surprised that I put my back into it this time around. But I was only really able to push this hard thanks to you now. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to complain about us being together at school anymore.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Nao smiled at me and I looked back at that smile with a very serious look, and... Now, there's something that I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. Will you listen to what I have to say?
Of course. What is it?
I like you now.
Huh?
I love being around you because I have so much fun. And I want to keep on being around you from now on too, so please go out with me.
I don't know what to do.
Huh? You mean you're gonna say no?
No, I'm just so happy that I can't even think of the words to say.
Of course, hell yes. I'm so happy. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna try and get into the same college as you now. I want to stay with you even after I graduate high school too.
Ichi, I'm so happy right now.
Nao suddenly hugged me and I was kinda stunned. Nao, we're in school right now, you can't be doing that. Even if it's after class, someone is gonna see us.
Oh, sorry, I was just so happy.
Nao was a bright red and looked away, hiding her face from me. I patted her head and then she started laughing.
So then, it's okay to hug you tightly if we're not at school?
I mean, yeah, I think it's fine as long as no one is looking.
Okay then, let's go home already.
Nao grabbed my hand and pulled me out of the school in a rush.
Oh, and from now on, we need to hold hands like a couple when we're walking together.
Okay, sure. We held hands and slowly walked back to our houses. Afterward, thanks to both of us studying hard, we were able to get into the same university. We started living together since we were both going to the same college, and we enjoyed our school life while also enjoying our private lives. We would go home and play games together. My life is amazing. We found jobs and we're talking about getting married after everything starts to calm down. I'm gonna find happiness with Nao.